Right guys, it's exactly midnight, so it's right at the beginning of the day on the 24th of June 2011. I don't want to show you the clock because I want to show you something just quickly. I'm going to try and do this all with one hand, so you're going to have to bear with me. Light is crap because I'm not putting my studio lights on, I'm trying to keep the room cool. But just to give you an idea of what I'm doing, that's the dice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some dice out. I should have a glove on, but you can see the dice. Like I said, I'm really sorry about the light, but right, so we've got some dice in. I'm going to stick the lid back on. Right, now I've got some settings saved already. The old dice pot's bubbling away. So I'm just going to wait for the dice, wait for the rig to boot up. I'm going to do this all with you on camera because I want to share this with you. Right, the rig's just about, there we go, it's just coming to life now. I'm not going to say anything, I'm just going to let it do it. Like I said, apologies for the light. Sod's law. Right, try again. We are on the raggedy edge at the moment. I could edit the blue screen out, but I'm not going to. Right. Anyways, right. Very basic Windows. We're going to open CPU Z. Like I said, we're on the raggedy edge because I'm not pushing the volts at the moment. Now look, you can see 1.68 volts, 5.945. Now what I'm going to do is just press the frequency button on the board. You can do frequency and the multiplier. So I'm going to bump the frequency up. Just going to bump it up one. Right. I've pressed it once. You'll see it jump. Right. That's 5.974.2. Okay. Right. I'm going to press the button one more time. Like I said, we're doing this with you on camera. Sod's law. The annoying thing is I've literally just done that and it was alright. So we'll restart. I'm going to go and give it a bit more juice. Like I said, we'll do this with you on camera. I have already done it. Look, I wasn't going to show you, but I have already done it. 6 gigahertz, baby. Anyway, right, we need to get back here. I need to do it again so I can do it for you on camera. Even if it has blue screened a couple of times. Right. Into the BIOS. I'm just going to bump the voltages up a bit. As you can see, that's what the voltage is set to. So I'm going to nudge it up a couple of bits. F10 out. Right, save. This is still with hyperthreading on, by the way. I've not disabled hyperthreading. I've not turned all the QPI speeds down or anything like that. We're still running with it just as, you know what I mean, you would. All 6 cores, 12 threads. It's all still there. Right. Wait for everything to sort itself out. Righty ho. Open CPU Z again. Right, we'll try this time. Right, that's 1. There we go, on camera. Yeah, I've put the voltage up now, so near at 1.7 volts, 6 gigahertz. Right, I spin you back round. Right, gotta get under the light. I did 6 gigahertz. I got 6. Right, I've got 6. I'm going to turn hyperthreading off. I'm going to see what I can do. If I can't get it up much further, I've joined the 6 gigahertz club. I'm a happy boy. It cost me a processor in the meantime, but now if I can't get it much higher, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a stable clock. Say for argument's sake 5.7, 5.8, something like that. I don't know. It depends what the chip's got in it. For me to then start doing benches and then start thinking about graphics cards and stuff like that. But I joined the 6 gigahertz club. Woo! Happy. By the way, in hindsight, with the 980, that had 6 in it. If I turned hyperthreading off, but I never kind of got that far. I was trying to push with it, but I've done that. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. Oh, just think, I could have edited all the blue screens out, but I wanted to show you the trial and tribulations. I did actually get it at lower volts before, so yeah, I'm not going to push it too much now, but I'm a happy chap. Right then guys, quite a lot of you said that you really like the format of me with the camera in my hand like this, so for the Gigabyte X58 overclock project, if I spin the camera around quickly, you can see that we're all static at the moment. It's literally just sat there. It's thawed out overnight. Anyway, yes. So I hit 6 gigahertz yesterday at reasonable volts as well. I only went up to, with the load line calibration on, I went up to 1.675. The load line calibration, especially when I was using the bump buttons here, because I was basically doing the multiplier bumps. And the frequency bumps to see where I could get to, but essentially actually what did I do yesterday? Yeah, it was the frequency bump that I was using. I bumped it up 2 notches and that's how I got 6. But anyway, when I was doing that, the load line calibration was making the voltage about 1.68, 1.69 depending. But official thing was I did get 6 gigahertz. I could have pushed the volts more, and I may do later on. I also must stress that hyperthreading was still on, the QPI was still set to what it should be, which was 7.2 gigahertz. So I could technically get more, but 6 gigahertz means it's the fastest 990X overclock in the UK. The closest person to me in the UK was at 5.7 gigahertz, so I'm quite happy with that one. Also makes it, I think it's about 12th in Europe. Now we need to bear in mind that for you guys, you're probably thinking, oh, you should be the best, but a lot of people get, especially like High Cookie, who designed and built this board, he will get proper cherry-picked processors from Intel. This is just one that I got for review. Now I've had good and bad processors from Intel. It's all about the silicon lottery. Now yeah, I have got a good one, but it's definitely not going to be as good as something that High Cookie and some of these professional overclockers got. So for me, this being literally my first time with dry ice, going Subzero, anything like that, I'm actually really, really happy. And to be perfectly honest with you, I've always overclocked on air or water before, so I've just been trying to do that. But obviously I've had a lot to take on, I've had a lot of things that I've had to remember and do as well. But you've got to remember that this board is an absolute overclocker's dream. Yeah, okay, like I said, I know what I'm doing, and you obviously need to know what you're doing with a basic overclock. So if you were looking to buy this board, you need to learn how to overclock it on air first, water cooling, really get to know your chip and everything like that, because even I prepared with my processors on air before I went anywhere near freezing this. But this board has so many options and things that you can do to make it so much easier for you. I can honestly see this board getting so many world records. It's unbelievable. As far as I'm aware, it's the fastest X58 board on the planet at the moment anyway, with people in the right hand using liquid helium, using liquid nitrogen. There's some amazing overclocks coming out of this board. It's unbelievable. So although a lot of you would say push it, kill your 990, I'm going to be sensible and go, I'm the fastest person in the UK at the moment. I don't really need to, but let's just say that if somebody was to come back, I may have to find some colder stuff to bench with so I can up the volts a bit more. But anyway, officially the fastest 990X in the country. I didn't actually realise that my 980 clock was pretty good as well. But anyway, she died, so we'll leave that there. Fastest 990, I'll keep saying that, but I do like it. So I'm happy with that. Now the task for today, because I've just got up, obviously it was a bit of a late one last night. Although, one thing I will say to you, you may not believe me, but once I started overclocking last night, it took me 45 minutes from booting the 990X for the first time with the dice in it to getting to 6 gigahertz. That was literally all it took. And you saw in the video earlier that there was a few blue screens in there as well. I'm not going to edit those out. I'm going to leave those in there for you so you can see that this is just what happens. I did think about overclocking over my shoulder, but I'd had 45 minutes worth of stuff to have edited out, and it would have been pretty boring for you. I think that little snippet was fairly good. But yes, I'm now going to drop the clocks back down, try and find a bench stable clock. Going to do some CPU benches, and then it will be time to start chucking graphics cards at this, doing some 3D Mark runs, and seeing what we can get. So there's yet another day of abuse in store for the board and the processor, although I'm not going to put as many volts through it this time. I'm going to keep the volts down slightly lower because obviously I'm going to be doing extended runs if I'm doing 3D Mark, PC Mark, stuff like that. I'm not going to be wanting 1.7 volts going through it because I would like to have a working chip at the end of it. So yeah, thank you very much to everyone for all the support. Obviously I need to thank Rawls in the first place because he lent me the dice pot and has been helping me massively. Secondly, obviously really need to thank Gigabyte for sending me the board and Intel for the processor support. But also all the really kind people on YouTube, because obviously I always try and read all the comments. I may not reply to all of them, but I always try and read them because I get emails about them anyway. And the support has been great about people liking the fact that the camera's in my hand and the fact that I've been, slightly out of my comfort zone with this and trying to share it with you all. But to be perfectly honest, guys, I've not really got any friends local that have a clue what's going on. I've posted it on Facebook, and hardly any of them, like all the people that are local, they just haven't got a Scooby. They just think it's crazy Tom playing with his computers again. So it's really nice to get nice feedback and talk from the online community. So yeah, it's been amazing, thank you very much. But I'm going to wrap this video up now because I want to get it uploaded for you all today, so that you've had one each day like I promised. Although yesterday it was a broken 980, I thought I'd treat you early and give you the 990 video now. At least we had some good news. Now it's just time to push on and actually start benchmarking rather than just going for maximum CPU Z clocks. But I'll leave you with a look of the board itself before we make a start. I've got to go around and double check, make sure nothing's wet and it's all dry and lovely before I make a start on it this morning. But yeah, very happy Tiny Tom Logan, very happy Tiny Tom Logan. I really am chuffed to nuts that I did get it that far. So this is the end of this video. It's time for me to start working on the next. Tiny Tom Logan out.